Welcome into episode number 118 of The Voice Behind the Voice. I'm Sean Aronson, the TV and radio broadcaster for the St. Paul Saints, an independent minor league baseball team in the Twin Cities. Well, we record this on, it's Thursday. I think it's Thursday. I lose track of the days and the months and even the year during the baseball season, but it is Thursday. We leave tonight for Chicago for a 3-game road trip, then head over to Lincoln. And so since we've been recording these video opens, they don't always get recorded on Mondays. So here we are on Thursday, a few days before we release episode number 118. But we adjust, no big deal. You know, it's been a pretty good season for the Saints so far. Still in first place as we record this, a game up in the division. We will start to get into the very heavy part of our schedule in terms of not many days off, although as I record this, it is a day off, and playing some of the top-tier teams in this league. Saints just finished a 6-game homestand, a very pedestrian 3-3, but congratulations does go out. We brought it up last week's episode. George Samus, our manager, did get win number 1,000. It was quite a moment for him. It was quite a moment for the organization. I was glad that I had a chance to be a part of it. I had a front row seat to his career over the last 12 years and hoping that this year will be a championship season. He has not won one, nor has this organization won one since 2004, and you already know my plight of trying to get a championship ring. It's been an interesting week, maybe just the last couple of days on another front. The St. Paul area has captured the hearts of the nation because of a raccoon. There was a raccoon that climbed like a 20 or 30-story building here in St. Paul, about 4 blocks from our ballpark. And in a state that gets overlooked because of its weather, you know, during the wintertime when it's minus 20 degrees, the National Weather Service will usually go cover Chicago, or they'll cover the East Coast. Minnesota and the Midwest in general is considered flyover country. Yet this raccoon that climbed this building captivated the entire nation because of social media, and the city of St. Paul was at the forefront of a media frenzy for the last 2 days. So when you work in minor league baseball, when you work for the St. Paul Saints, what do you do with that? You create a promotion out of it, and that's what we did. We turned it over in less than 24 hours, put out a press release saying that the St. Paul Saints on June 26th will change their name to the St. Paul Raccoons. We will wind up giving out to, everyone was like, hey, you should do a bobblehead. First of all, folks, bobbleheads take like 3 months to create. Like, you send them what you want. It goes over into China or Japan. They build a mold. They send it back to you. They create. I mean, it's a 3-month process. It's impossible to do in less than 10 days to get it done. So we're probably going to wind up giving away raccoon masks. So, you know, you cover the eyes and stuff like that. Just something cute that we can give out to fans coming in. We talked about a few different things. We talked about doing like raccoon hats or raccoon tails. But the problem with that is you get too many people that are all over you because, you know, you're giving away a piece of an animal, you know, stuff like that. These are the conversations that you have internally. So we'll do masks and call it a day. We'll have some other fun things going on that day. But it got us national publicity. We were in Sports Illustrated. I sent out the press release on Wednesday at about 6 o'clock. And sometime Wednesday night, Sports Illustrated picked it up, and we were in Sports Illustrated online. It all started because NBC reached out to us and said, hey, I saw that you guys changed your Twitter handle. We had done that on Tuesday night. What are you guys doing with this whole raccoon thing? And so we had already been internally talking about doing a promotion, but we had to really fast track it because NBC needed something by 2:30 on Wednesday, this past Wednesday. And so we put it together. We had an afternoon game, 105 game on Wednesday the 13th. And so I stepped away from the broadcast booth so I could talk to our general manager and our director of promotions and our assistant GM so we could put our heads together and come up with something. So we did it, and it got us national publicity. That's what it's like to work in minor league baseball. The broadcasting side is somewhere down the line in terms of what you do. It's all the other things that you do that take top billing, and it's good because it got us national publicity, and we'll see what it's like on the 26th. By then, most people have forgotten about the raccoon, but we've already taken ticket calls. People want to come out. We're doing special jerseys that night, so we're going to auction the jerseys off, and then we'll donate the proceeds to the Minnesota Wildlife Rescue Foundation. So the money will go to a good cause. So if you're out at the game, you can bid on those jerseys. With that said, let's get to episode number 118. It is Todd Kalas of the Houston Astros. Now, Todd was great. Obviously, Harry Kalas, legendary in the world of broadcasting. Todd is his son. We talked about what it was like to grow up in a household where your father is this famous play-by-play guy, and how he spent a lot of his younger childhood days at ballparks and around other kids of players that were on the Philadelphia Phillies teams, who his father was broadcasting, and the names of the guys that he was hanging around with, the kids. Anyways, it was incredible, and so he let us in on that a little bit, and he has a couple of very humorous stories as well that I think you're going to enjoy. We did this over at Target Field. Now, I think 2 months ago. I think we did this back in April. I don't know, the time flies, and again, I'm not really sure what day or week or month I'm in right now, but a super nice guy. You can hear in his voice he's got some of those chops that his dad had, and you can see why he is a play-by-play broadcaster. If you're not subscribed to the podcast, you can do so on iTunes or wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to rate us, and again, follow us on social media, on Twitter at TheVoiceBTV, Facebook, facebook.com/TheVoiceBTV, and you can always email me, thevoicebtv@gmail.com. A raccoon who climbed up a building, someone created an account for this raccoon, has now over 4,000 followers. I have under 800 followers, and I've been doing this entertaining podcast for 2 years. Tell your friends. Have them follow me. With that, let's get to episode number 118. It is Todd Kalas of the Houston Astros. JW, follow me on Twitter, man. Roll the open.
Let's look at some of the best hits of the 1990 season. First video, which is over my shoulder for the roll-in, is of a Buccaneers cheerleader. And if you roll the two words together, best and hits, you can understand how it may have been misconstrued.